in this week's Parsha, Aaron passes away. He dies. And he dies peacefully. Moshe and his son Eleazar bury him. Okay, we know, and Moshe thinks this is such a beautiful way of taking care of the dead that he asks that the same thing happen to him. We have here is a change of leadership from the previous generation to the next, but also the Torah points out that that Bnei Israel, the children of Israel, mourned Aaron's passing for 30 days. When Moses dies, it mentions they mourn, but it doesn't say for how long. So there's a difference. And the difference is that Aaron was known as a man of peace. If he saw a dispute between two people, he would try to find a way of making peace between them. Between husband and wife, between this person and that person. And he would do it quietly, without any fanfare. He was full of compassion. And that's why you needed, by the way, both Moses and Aaron. Moses was the law. He was the guy who basically told you what the law is. Aaron would take the law and add compassion to it. And you need both. The law without compassion will be very bad. But compassion without guidelines leads to anarchy. And that would be bad as well. You need both in order to have something. And it doesn't mean that Aaron would be for peace at any price. He was not an appeaser. An appeaser feels, oh, we have to give in on this issue because we want peace. That was not the way that he would strive for peace. He would strive, everything was based, though, on truth. Because he realized most disputes between people is a misunderstanding of something, someone felt slighted about something and didn't realize that it wasn't meant that way. There's something to work with. But if somebody is out to destroy things, such a person he wouldn't deal with. Like, if you notice, Aaron was nowhere to be found in the story with Korach. That he knew that Moses had to do what Moses had to do, even though Moses tried to make peace with Korach, but it was trying to make peace, but not at the expense of the truth. If you look in the prophet Zechariah, he mentions that you should strive for truth and peace. Notice that truth comes first. A good correlation to this would be President Lincoln leading up to the Civil War. He tried to compromise and deal with the South as best as he could. But there were certain things he would not put up with. He would not allow them to break apart the Union. And when the South said, no, this is what we're going to do, he said, okay, that's it. We have to fight. And by the way, the great quote of Lincoln, when they asked him if God was on the Union side, he said, that I can't tell you, but I hope and pray that we're on God's side, which shows you the idea behind him. We had our other lesson of appeasement that didn't work was, of course, 1938 with the Munich Pact, which lasted less than a year, but it was supposed to bring peace in our time when England and France appeased Nazi Germany, and it failed miserably. Aaron would seek peace, but the peace that he sought had to be based on truth, not on a lie. Because when you base peace on a lie, it'll end up in war. When you base peace on truth, it'll bring true peace. And that's something to think about. Kadosh Rabbanim.